Okay, so let's go ahead and finish up problem 5 from the homework in section 8.2. So we just got done finding the value of the standardized test statistic. Okay, after entering the data into StatCrunch. Okay, according to the stem and leaf plot here. Okay, so the t-stat, or the test statistic, rounded to 3 decimal places was negative 3.816, so that 5 there at the end gets rounded up to a 6. And that's what we typed in for our answer for the standardized test statistic. Okay, so based on the value of that test statistic and the critical value for this left-tailed test, right, we need to decide whether to reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis. So again, it might be difficult with just looking at the test statistic and the critical value of the test. Okay, so what I did was I created a graph of the t-distribution. Okay, our critical value for this left-tailed test, right, and it ended up being, right, negative 2.418. Okay, so that's the cutoff value, right, for a test statistic to be in the rejection region. So if your test statistic is less than negative 2.418, it's going to be in the rejection region of your test. Okay, which means you would reject the null hypothesis. Reject the null hypothesis. All right, now, if the test statistic was greater than that value, right, it would not be in the rejection region, and then you would fail to reject the null hypothesis. So very clearly our test statistic of negative 3.816, which is to the left of negative 2.418, the critical value, right, falls in that rejection region. So the test statistic is in the rejection region, so therefore we reject the null hypothesis. Okay, so part D asks you to decide whether to reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis, so we reject. Okay, and then we need to state some sort of conclusion, okay, in the context of the original claim, which remember said that is there enough evidence to support the claim that the new method of teaching reading produces higher reading test scores than the old method does? Okay, so since we rejected the null hypothesis in favor of the alternative, right, we would say that there is sufficient evidence to support the claim that students using the new curriculum have higher reading scores than students using the old curriculum. Okay, so something along those lines will be the conclusion we want to select. Okay, so at the 1% level of significance, okay, there is enough evidence to support that claim. Okay, and that completes problem 5 in the homework for section 8.2, and that completes all the videos for section 8.2. Thank you for watching.